What's up, guys? This is going to be a break from Wally to talk about a major or two major shop upgrades that I'm about to bring into the shop. So I'm super excited to share that. But first, let me just give a quick tour of the shop. Some of you guys have seen this in the past episodes, but let me just take you on a quick tour. I'm currently standing in the shop looking at my 2-car garage, 24 by 24. It's cut a little bit short because I've got a stairwell that's going up to a second level there. But turning around, this is where my shop is. And currently I've got some wood tools in here, some metal tools in here, and just some generic tools that I use kind of for everything. I'm a huge proponent of cases. There are some tools in those cases, but there are some tools hanging up on the wall. I'm a DeWalt guy, as you could probably see. But I like to keep the cases just in case I need to travel with them for any reason. Picked up some nice lab benches from one of the last places I worked that they were throwing away. Got a nice trash over there, an extra from our kitchen remodel. And some other goodies just kind of strewn about. I do have a MIG welder, a TIG welder. I do have a small lathe there. And again, just a bunch of stuff, extra stock up there. Not super organized, but I got my toolbox and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm about to embark on something that I really never thought would be in this shop. And I'm not gonna give it away quite yet. One thing I'm gonna do to make way for these is I'm gonna actually separate my wood equipment from my metal equipment. And all of the wood stuff that you see here is actually gonna make way into a very small workshop that I have in my unfinished basement. Anytime I do woodworking, I typically do it outside or in one of the bays of the garage. So it shouldn't really be a big hassle. I have to move stuff around anytime I'm gonna do it. So this shop here is gonna be dedicated to metal work only, which is pretty exciting. Maybe that gives you a hint of the machines that I'm gonna bring in, but you'll see very shortly. But first, I gotta make way for them. I gotta clean up, I gotta move the 4-post lift out of the way to get the machines in here that are gonna bring them in. I gotta clear a lot of this equipment out. So stay tuned as I do that. We've got the shop pretty much cleaned out, or at least everything moved to one side here to make way for the new machines that are coming in on this side. And there was a bunch of stuff here that was woodworking that all did end up in my basement, the small workshop that I have down there. Also made a nice pathway for the machine to come in, the skid steer to come in tomorrow to place the machines in the corner over there. Thanks to my buddy John for helping me move the truck over. That's one of the reasons why I like the 4-post lift, unbolted to the ground, and with the caster attachment, you can really move stuff around. It takes a little bit of manhandling, but it works. Tomorrow morning, we're headed to the location where the machines are. It's a company that is moving their headquarters and moving completely out of the building they're in. That building's actually gonna get demolished, and I'm pretty sure if I don't take the machines, it's going to get demolished. They're going to be demolished with the building. So it's kind of a win-win, and they're going to go to a good home, and they're going to get a lot of good use. So stay tuned for tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. I'm on the way to the location to pick up the machines. It's about 7:40. It was like Christmas for me. I woke up, I think, at like 4 o'clock, excited to pick these things up. Of course, I'm in stop and go traffic on the Pike, and of course, it's starting to snow. So I hope that doesn't throw a wrench into anything. It was cold last night. It's about 20 degrees now, but hopefully it'll warm up a little bit. I got the trailer in tow, just in case I need to pick up any of the peripherals and make it a little bit easier on the way back. We should be there in a little bit. We're at the site. Here's what we're going to be working with outside. We got this nice ramp that will hopefully allow us to get up and in any machines we need to. And then we got the loading dock there as well. The machines themselves are behind that glass window there. So it is cold, but no snow. Hopefully this will be an easy job. So the machines are here, and I am super psyched. I still actually can't believe that I have a mill and a lathe in my workshop. They're not in the final location, but generally this is where they're going to be. The mill, I'm going to try to tuck into the corner as much as I possibly can, still having access for moving the tables, etc. The lathe is probably going to live somewhere here. It might slide back a little bit. I think it can go a little bit closer to the wall, but this is going to be the general layout. I did score this Kennedy toolbox too, which had a lot of goodies inside, some related to the machine, some random stuff. So I got to go through that, and actually my oldest daughter is very excited to help organize that, so that'll be something we're going to do soon. A little bit about the machines. The lathe is a hard-hinge lathe. It's a one-horse lathe. It's got some bells and whistles, which I didn't really realize before. I have used this machine actually at the company where it was before, but just really to turn it on and cut one thing. It does have a collet set up, and it does have collets, which I wasn't even aware of until Lucas pointed it out right before we moved it. It does have some cutting tools, parting tools, boring tools. Tailstock, obviously. It is not DRO, it's not digital readout, but it does have analog readout that I can use. It seems pretty tight, so that shouldn't be an issue for what I'm trying to do here. But psyched about the lathe, for sure. The mill is a run-of-the-mill Bridgeport, 1.5 horse. I don't think anything too special. I've also used this at the company previously to do a couple things, so I know it works. It does have a DRO, which is going to be really sweet. It's not conversational or anything. I can't move the tables. There are no motors on the tables, but again, it's going to do what I need to do, which I'm super psyched about. I did come across a couple things that I probably need to do maintenance-wise. Same thing with the lathe. I'm sure once I get it up and running, I'll have to maintain them. But that's the big one. I don't have them up and running because I don't have 3-phase to the shop yet. And I got to figure that out. If I'm going to do a 3-phase converter, if I'm going to do a VFD, a variable frequency drive on the mill. So I got to figure all that stuff out, but I am super psyched about what I have in the shop right now. Another thing I'm really psyched about is when I got these things in yesterday, all of my kids came out here and started just playing around with them. And that was like so exciting for me. They have no idea what they do, and I tried to explain it to them. I think there were some things that they grasped, some things that they didn't, but I don't care. They're out here turning knobs, playing with the DRO, and as soon as these things are up and running, I'm going to show them what they can do. And I am super excited that they're getting exposure to this type of stuff, because I feel like nowadays kids don't get that stuff. So it's fun to get the family involved one way or another out here. It's been a really long week. There's been a lot of moving big stuff around. Tuesday, John and I went into the location to uninstall a 2-post lift, get it in his pickup truck, bring it back to his house, and kind of roughly set it up. And then Wednesday night, we stayed up late. John came over here, which you saw in the video. We moved the truck out of the way. We made way for the machines. Thursday morning, we went in and picked up these machines, which you guys saw, brought them here. And then Thursday night late, went back to John's house to do kind of a almost final position of the 2-post lift in his garage, which you can see is the perfect size for his awesome shop. So I am so psyched that he got that. And today's Friday, and I was just at ski practice, and I came out here to just kind of close out this episode. Shout out to John for helping me with all this stuff and just encourage me and to do it and get it all done. So thanks, John, for that. And huge shout out to Lucas at Watercore Solutions. You guys saw him just kind of manhandle those machines. It was incredible to watch those things go from the location to where they were before to in here in like a matter of a couple hours. So I'm going to put the link to his business below. If you guys are in the Northeast or greater Boston area and looking for some help doing anything, he does excavation, septic stuff, any odd jobs, he'll do it. So, and he's awesome. Third and final shout out is to you guys. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is a little bit different content than what I've been doing before. So if you're a first-time viewer, check out the other videos on the yellow truck that you saw moving earlier in the video. There will be more content like this for sure, because I got to set up the rest of the shop. But there also will be much more content on the yellow truck. I've got more parts arrived, so I'm going to get back on getting that thing up and running. Whether you're a first-time viewer or you've watched a couple episodes, thank you again for doing that. Please consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content, but also comment, let me know what you like, what you don't like. Plenty of stuff coming up. So again, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next episode.